witches. Somebody's coming to say hi. Come on. Here he comes. Here he comes. Which side are you on, baby boy? Come on. Hi, Wacket. You silly boy. Come here. What are you doing, baby? Oh, my goodness. Come here and say hi. You are squirrely as hell. This isn't going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm stubborn as hell. Look. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Nice eating your tail. But here, get up on the chair. Oh, my God. What's up, witches? I had not planned on shooting an unboxing today, because I spent the day shooting and producing my first patron-exclusive astrological deep dive content for you. So if you're a patron at the priestess or goddess level, you've got that coming for you, and I'm going to be producing the second one on the flat wheel, like right on the heels of this one, so you can expect content. Anyway, I wasn't going to shoot an unboxing, but then guess what? He's insane. Here comes a gift deck. I got a shipping notice, and actually Annette did tell me on, I think it was Saturday's live stream, that there was a gift coming, and this one, the Tarot of Heaven and Earth. She just told me about this, and I looked at it and wasn't sure it was available, but I threw it on my wish list, and boy, howdy, there it is. Let me light a piece of charcoal. So I make no promises about the state of my brain right now, because I've just been in editing land. And we all know how much fun that is. So this feels like a break, actually. All right. Jack Sephiroth and Jaymi Elford, Heaven and Earth Tarot. This is Lo Scarabeo. And sometimes they have the copyright on the outside. Contains a deck of 78 cards and a 160 pages color book. We have 160 pages color book. The Heaven and Earth Tarot is about the deep and unique connection between the human and the divine, between what is spiritual and what is material, between eternity and the present moment. In a way, Tarot works because the everyday exists within the higher realm of the divine, while the divine exists within every action and emotion of the everyday. Absolutely. Jack Sephiroth's artwork and vision are rooted in the images of the Waite-Smith system, and blend with absolute mastery with the deeper occult wisdom of a Thoth deck. Jaymi Elford wrote the companion book, bringing additional insights to the symbols of each card. A guide that is sure to bring surprises and reflections to beginners and experts alike. Alrighty. And we've got the clicky magnet box, my favorite. And a very nice stiff-covered paperback book. I think this is like pretty freaking new, isn't it? Book by Jaymi Elford, Lo Scarabeo, but still no copyright. WTH. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing, unless I'm absolutely blind, which is entirely possible. Via Signet, no, there is no copyright date there. But I am pretty darn sure this is like brand spanking new. All right. New to me at any rate. So very nice, sturdy ribbon box. Look how beautiful that looks on camera. Ooh. It doesn't, there's more showing up on camera than the light that I'm seeing by here. That looks beautiful. Click. Now we got to go through getting the plastic off of it. See if I can get away with this. There we go. Did I scratch? Oh, yes, I did. Fortunately, it's a facing card. I don't like the plastic on everything. Why do we have to put plastic on everything? I guess they would, rock around inside the box if it weren't, but... So now I've scratched my card. I've scored it. I haven't quite scratched it. All right. So, at the back, so at the front we've got Heaven and Earth Tarot, and at the back, so they already block it for you. There's the Lo Scarabeo facing card, which says, for news and information, follow Lo Scarabeo Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook. I don't think I do. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Heaven and Earth Tarot here are the backs. So the backs are just like the design inside the box, and it's just a very, it's hard to see. Come on. Come on. Come. I mean, I can't see by the light that I'm looking at it. It almost looks like six-pointed stars, doesn't it? And it is. It is. All right. So that was the blocking card. And now, the image we've seen on the cover is the Fool. And look at the richness of the artwork. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. That is amazing. And down at the bottom, I see the symbol of Uranus and Aquarius. There is a Hebrew letter. There is the symbol of the ox, and there's the symbol of air. I'm not sure. I feel like there's something else there too. We've got arrows up and down. It says 1, 2. I may need some more light, and I may need to quit tripping over my tongue. All right. This one says, now I'm really intrigued by the numbers and things, 1, 1, 3. The Magician. We have Virgo and Gemini and Mercury and the symbol of a house. But just, okay, I'm gonna step away from those. And let's just revel in the glory of the artwork. Oh my goodness. Come on. Oh, this is the problem with night shoots. They're even harder to focus than in the day. That's okay. And the High Priestess. There's a lot of light in these cards. Look at that. Even without the glare from my light that I've now put on very high. Good glory. It's just beautiful. Then we have the Empress. I mean, the subtlety and the skill, the talent, beautifully rendered. Lots of detail. Lots of depth. I love the muted color palette. Look at that Venus shining above and the lotus. Just beautiful. The Emperor. And very much Waitsmith. Here's the Hierophant. He's got a dove. So that's indicative of the Holy Spirit, is it not? And there's a couple of Yoni Yantras, the Star of David, six-pointed star. There's symbols of the elements on the pillars. And there are symbols on the stair. Wow. What you doing, Wacket? Come on up. Come on. And here's the Lovers. And I just looked at that and heard what God has joined together. So we have a naked woman, but he's got a loincloth on. Can she have clothes too, please? And then we've got the Chariot. All right, I'm going to go a little more quickly here. Strength, because they are just rich, incredibly rich renderings of... Hi, Pi, what are you doing? Come here. Rich renderings of the Waite-Smith imagery. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. So to see something that in the standard is very flat, and see it imagined like this, you know, it usually doesn't have people on it. And there are the signs for the fixed signs, the symbols for the fixed signs. Wow. Justice. The Hanged Man. What's up, boo? It says hi. Oh, are you going to do it with us? There's the death card. What do you think? What do you think, Pi Pi? Wow. On a pale horse he comes in. That's hot. You don't want that. You don't want that. That's hot. Now burn them whiskers. And we have... They're slippy. I'll give you that. I am hovering over this hot thing with this brand new gift deck. Temperance. I say I'm going to go faster, but I am caught by these images. Come on, baby. Back up. That's hot. You don't want that. I don't want to burn him. And of course, when you tell him no, and look at the devil. Wow. Dang. The Tower. The Star. Moon. Sun. I mean, it's like it's like seeing a live action version of an anime. This is the live action of the Waite-Smith deck. And there's the World, Judgment in the World. Woof! And then we kick off with the cups. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This is winning a place in my heart very quickly. What do you think, Pi? He likes it too. There's the Two of Cups. Okay, that's it. Lie down. And the 3. The 4. I mean, it's so wonderful because they're just like, but at the same time, absolutely familiar. Absolutely familiar. Honey. Okay, you can lay down. You can lay down. Or you can go someplace else. That's an even better idea. Or right on the edge of the desk. That would be awesome. Okay, this is the 7 of Cups. Yeah, the 8. 9. And the 10. Then there's the Princess. The Knight. The Queen. Pi. And see? And the King. Come on, pop in. Your Majesty. There we go. Look at the eagle. All right. Water and air. Let me look here. Water, water. Water, fire. Okay. I love when people do the elements through the other elements. I've been obsessed with that for quite some time. And now we have the pentacles. The Ace, 2, the 3. So these are different perspectives and different scenes than, or at least a different view of a scene from the standard. And there's the 5, and then you get ones that are absolutely familiar. 6, 7. Hi, boo. 8. The 9. And the 10. Stay away from the hot thing, please. Please, oh please, pie, whack it. All right. Down you go, boo. Yeah. All right. Breathe a sigh. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Hold the fucking phone. These have keywords on them. They are very subtle. I can't see them as I'm looking at my monitor because it's brighter and bigger than the card in front of me, but they have keywords. Back up. I will do this quickly, I promise. All right. Ace of Cups. The 2 is love. 3 is abundance. 4 is blended pleasure. Okay, mixed pleasure maybe. 5 is loss in pleasure. 6 is pleasure. 7 is illusionary success. The 8, abandoned success. Ooh. The 9 is material happiness. The 10 is perfected success. Okay. Then the pentacles. The 2, harmonious change. It's very, very spidery, fine writing, and I am not in bright light. Material work is the 3. Earthly power is 4. Material trouble, 5. Material success, 6. Success unfulfilled, 7. Prudence is 8. Material gain is 9. And wealth is 10. Then we've got the princess and the knight and the queen and the king. Animals. Just gorgeous stuff. All right, Ace of Wands. So I'm going to have these down here because I need to see what they say. Dominion. Established strength. I love the keywords on these. Perfected work is the 4 of Wands. Ooh. The 5 of Wands is strife. Whoa. So there's something different. So they definitely wander farther afield in the minors, and I'm liking everything I'm seeing. Victory is the 6, of course. The 7 is violence. No, valor. I can't see. Valor. The 8, swiftness. The 9 is great strength. So it says great, but look at the swoopies coming up to the G. So it's hard when you have old eyes. Great strength. And then the 10 is oppression. Those are very faithful to the original. Then we've got the princess. Look at the fire. The knight. Look at him go. The queen and the king. I mean, so dynamic. So he is Leo, clearly, and the pentacle was Taurus. So that king of cups had to be Scorpio. Yes, Scorpio. And that's why there's the eagle. Okay. I get it. It's awesome. The Ace of Swords. The 2 says peace. Truce might be a really good word for that, too. 3 is sorrow. Yeah. So beautifully done. Rest from strife is the 4. Defeat is the 5. interesting. I think one of the reasons the 5 has kind of stumped me and felt foreign to me is because, and I look at it as, seeing something as a win-lose situation and it's victory or defeat, but there is a victory card, so why not? Why wouldn't there be just a defeat card? You lose, buckwheat. Pick up your toys and go. This is earned success. Yes. This one is unstable effort. Wow. Okay, so instead of the thief card, it's unstable effort. So you could look at that as untenable, something you can't keep up. Catch as catch can. So that's thievery, is opportunism. Wow, there's a lot in here. Shortened force. Shortened force. I'm not sure what that means. Despair and cruelty. More naked women. And ruin is the 10. Then we've got the princess, the knight, the queen. She's very chilly looking. And the king, and he, of course, is Aquarius. Oh, look at that. Hello. Very nice. Very, very nice. But do they read? Let's find out by asking in our ancestors and allies, guides and guardians. Come on in. Bring your wisdom. Speak through this vessel and this vehicle to bring clear, insightful, and practical messages to all of my viewers. What do we need to know today, right now, when we're watching this, right now, in order to thrive? And that was nice. That was nice. You go, LS. They're a little stiff, but it's the kind of stiff that can be worked in. It kind of hurts because it is a little bit stiff. All right. What do we need to know to move beyond survival? What do we need to do? Oh, hello. To thrive within our limitations. Okay, let's see who all flipped around. Let's see. We'll start like this and just, what do we got here? 5. Well, those 2 came out together, and then we had these 3 come out together. So we have the Hanged Man and Justice, and these didn't shuffle away from each other, but they also jumped right out. Hanged Man is the things that we don't have a choice about. Hanged Man is our limiting circumstances. Uh-oh, hold on. All right, sorry, it was my fireplace resetting. So the Hanged Man is about what we do when we're in circumstances beyond our control. And we have limitation forced on us when, through no fault of our own, shit happens, i.e. a pandemic. What do? The Hanged Man says we can rail against the reality of it. We can fight the reality of it. And as Byron Katie says, anytime you argue with reality, you lose, but only 100% of the time. So we can say, I wish this wasn't happening. But then, I hear Gandalf. I wish this never happened to me. I wish the ring had never come to me. That's what Frodo says. And he says, yes, so do everybody that goes through this shit feels the same way. But that's not your choice. That's not for us to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. So we are given the circumstances. The Hanged Man says, how are we meeting the parts of those circumstances that we cannot control? Are we doing it knowing there's a larger picture to look at, that we look for equanimity so we're not fighting against what we cannot change, and we're not fighting ourselves in the process, submitting to the will of God, so to speak. If you just look at, if that's what you want to call external circumstances, you can say, all right, you know better than me. I know you've got this. You can do what you want. What you can do your prayers. You can do your meditation practice. You can do your yoga, so that you can endure peacefully. And Justice is talking about keeping things in balance. And there's a vibe of equanimity to her as well, because she's not judging through her senses and her perceptions. The blindfold says, I'm going to weigh the decision and the issue, and I'm going to be blind to all of the externals that can come through my senses. So, really just looking at how are we doing as far as enduring through our circumstances and keeping things in balance as best we can, taking care of ourselves as best we can. And that's a decision. That is a decision, too, how you move through your day. Absent something like, clinical depression or, any number of disorders that keep you from functioning. If you are having issues like that, of course, please reach out and get some help. Now, down at the bottom, we have the Empress in the middle. We have established strength and material happiness. All right. So the Empress talks about there being enough. Usually you think of plenty, but really she is everyone having enough. Abundance, the abundance principle says there is plenty for everyone. And plenty doesn't mean excess necessarily. It means enough, and enough is something that we've lost touch with as far as a concept. We think in terms of wealth, which is more than enough. Particularly in the U.S., look at what we think of when we think of wealth. It's insane. It is astronomical, so far out of proportion that it is literally crazy. So people go so far beyond having enough, and they're hoarding money and resources, So if we think of our lives in terms of enough rather than in terms of what I don't have compared to them, then we can step into abundance. I can look at how very fortunate I am to be in a warm, dry household while there's a raging snowstorm going on outside, and I have all of my needs met. And that's abundance for me. That is abundance. So talking about checking in with our abundant mindset and saying, do we have enough? Is our discomfort based on comparing ourselves with someone that has excess in a toxic degree? Then on one side we have established strength, and on this side is material happiness. Okay. I think there's going to be more money coming, truthfully, looking at this. I just think that there's now a foothold, that people are starting to work towards something. They know change is coming, and they've got reputations to look at, stuff like that. But this is talking about established strength, and I just think about, government, and then material happiness on this side. I'm looking at the Empress looking towards the material happiness. And let's face it, money can't buy happiness, but it sure makes it a hell of a lot easier than being poor does, So we have gone, people have outright suffered in this country because of the inaction of our government, and it's criminal, and I can't imagine what some people are going through right now. And I am putting out the request and the prayer here. Here's my wish. This is the wish card. Here's my wish. That they shake loose some money. Oh, and this one is wanting to come off the top here. We have the Emperor. How interesting is that? Yeah, the Emperor. There's the powers that be. Certainly the powers that be. Which one we're talking about right now, whether this one has an eye to ultimate legacy and, they remember the last thing about you and let's get some money shaken loose, I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. I think it's the people that are in now and coming in are starting to see the writing on the wall. Now let's look at the book. Dang. Unlocking the Meanings of the Heaven and Earth Tarot. This book contains information for each one of the 78 cards. The descriptions are divided in 5 sections as relates to a different way to interpret or approach the card. Interesting. How to use the descriptions. Section 1 is a description of the card's image. Section 2 gives you many different ways to read the card in a broad sense, referred to as heavenly interpretations. Section 3 decodes the symbols seen in the card's title area. Yay. And those are the earthly interpretations. They also provide practical keyword meanings. Keywords have been created for when the card is upright and reversed, also known as blocked, mirrored, or shadowed position. Section 4 includes 3 to 6 questions to ask yourself when working with the card. I love that. Section 5 gives you ways to apply the transformative power of the card meanings to your life. Sweet! This section could sometimes be considered as an advanced meaning. So there's major arcana, and then we have a single keyword here. And we have the Hebrew letter and the Hebrew letter meaning. So, for instance, the Fool is innocence, Magician is willpower, High Priestess wisdom, Empress nurturing, Emperor stewardship, Hierophant guidance, Lover's connection. That's pretty succinct. Then we've got the astrological correspondences for all the majors. Then we kick off with the Fool, and yes, we have full color, larger than the deck images. Pardon me. For each of the cards, the image, the heavenly interpretations, the earthly interpretations. Questions: what happens when the Fool walks off the cliff? What items does the Fool keep in their bag? What does the color white mean to you? Is the dog helping or hindering the Fool? What is the Fool thinking? Where are they going? That's cool. So you're kind of asking questions about the cards themselves to deepen your understanding. That's pretty freaking awesome. All right, let's look at the Empress here. Keyword: nurturing. Abundance, feeling creative, receive nourishment, enjoy the beauty of the earth, cultivate your creative desires, love yourself. Abundance, fertility, feeling happy and fulfilled, motherhood. Reversed meanings are scarcity, overwhelmed, disconnect, feeling scared or stifled, poor resource management, creativity blocks, escapism. Wonderful. Okay. So when you have the meaning here, and let's go to the Hanged Man and Justice. All right, the image. A man dangles from a single foot by a rope clasped with an ankh. The other foot dangles freely behind the taut leg at an angle. He wears blue shorts, which are knotted in front. His arms bend at their elbows and rest behind the man's back. A 6-pointed star appears tattooed across his chest. Aha! His eyes are closed and his face appears serene, no pain visible. The bough from which he hangs has been shaped into an upward-pointing triangle, the branches growing up and out at odd angles. A serpent crosses the bar. 2 more triangles appear, one behind the shoulders of the man facing down, and the third appears behind the man's head. It points upward. So we've got, triangles everywhere. Heavenly interpretations. The hanged man dangles by 1 foot, suspended in a moment. There is no way down for him, and he realizes it. So he takes this time to be aware of his surroundings in a new light. Most of us don't go through life hanging upside down. We avoid the experience at all costs. Some of us, though, take the opportunity to view the world with different lenses, broadening where we receive inputs. Doing so changes us. We gain so much more creativity and individuality when we dare to view the world in a new way. Doing so means we make sacrifices. The sacrifice to move freely around. The sacrifice of having our autonomy to do what we want. Sacrifices are made with every choice we make. The hanged man in a position of sacrifice gives us another time to pause and reflect on the journey we are on. How closer are we on our road to attaining our desires? Have we slowed down and rethought the path? What needs to change and be sacrificed so that we can return to a whole experience once more? These are questions which lead to a wider spiritual life. Okay, very interesting. The key word is ordeal. The Hebrew letter is mem, meaning water. Correspondences are water, Pisces, and Neptune. Sacrifice, of course. Sacrifice and surrender, enlightenment, perspective. Stop struggling. You are where you need to be. Dedication. I love that. Stop struggling. You are where you need to be. Or at least you are where you are. Be there, Dedication, surrender to the unknown. Let the pause give you perspective. The reversed meanings are stagnation, being selfish, your faith wanes, vibrating, tune into what others need around you, awake to new challenges, evaluate events that may not serve you anymore. The questions: what does the hanged man release? Why is the snake appearing in this picture? What are the meanings of the triple triangles in this image? What sacrifices do you need to make? What new perspectives do you take in? How does sacrifice and surrender change your life? And then the transformations. The hanged man is suspended in time. They do not move. They do not change their position. Gender neutral pronouns. That is exciting. I ran across it earlier, but I'm used to it, so it didn't quite hit there. They do not move. My son is going to be so happy. They have given up their ability to be free, and as such, they are in a receptive position. Their awareness of the world is heightened, their mind alert to changes going on around them. They are at the whim and mercy of what appears around them. There's an opportunity to learn, to grow when you are immobile. There's an opportunity to learn and to grow when you are immobile, when you have to stay at home. There is also the opportunity to just remain static and where you are. The dangers of the hanged man mean you turn inward, you fester and worry about what got you into this position in the first place. You thrash about and not learn that being calm is the only way through the situation. You lose faith in the community you belong in, the world, and even yourself when you cannot learn to hang in there and be patient. This is just superb. I'm not going to read the rest of the meanings there. But if we look at this, in terms of outside of money coming from the government, I would say it is time to look to what your established strengths are. What can you draw on? What is your depth of skill that, you can draw on at a moment's notice? And you have them, so don't tell me you don't. Then material happiness, I think that calls into question what that means to us around holiday time. As when I'm shooting this video, it's December 1st. And I think that we need to rethink what abundance at the holidays means to us. And think about paring things down. We did it years ago. And I feel like hardly any pressure around the holiday. It's all about food for me now. So anyway, I think that is just a reassessment of material happiness around the holidays. The Emperor says those are your decisions to make. You set the rules, okay? And Justice card says that too. It's time to bring things into balance and you set the rules. So, what an awesome deck. Thank you so much, Annette from Sun to Shine Astrology. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful and wonderful. And enough of, the new with the familiar that you could just easily shift from any Wade Smith deck that you've been using, me in particular, the Hanson Roberts, and feel right at home with this, but drawn in, there's a freshness because it's new, but it's so familiar. So thank you so much, my love. And lucky you, you get a dropped unboxing in the middle of the week when I've gone back to my old Monday, Friday schedule. I hope you are staying safe and wearing your masks and keeping healthy. And I will see you the next time I see you for another unboxing or live stream on Wednesday night or Saturday afternoon. Till then, this is the Zen Witch. Blessed be.